Welcome to Christian Crafts USA. In this video I want to show you the different wood species that we use for our products and how we prepare them for drying seasoning. Here are the three main wood species that we are using. First is hickory, second is walnut, and then oak. So hickory is the hardest one of all them three. It's also the hardest to work with, but it's very characterful and it has a nice, like velvet shine when you sand it, but it's still light, or you feel it's a very light but hard wood, and it's hard because it's intertwined with each other, the fibers, but I like it very much to work with. And these trees, this tree you see, or that was a windfall, so the bark is already gone. So I will only brush that tree, that wood, to prepare, and really, it's really nice to work. I like it very much. Okay, so let's go to the next one. That's then the second hardest wood species that we are using for all our products. That's oak. We have white and red oak. We use the white oak more for outdoor projects. This is when you want our sculptures for outdoors, like on cemeteries, to put on the gravestone, to make a little celebration there. And this here is a red oak. You see, it's also very old. It grows slow. So this is the second hardest species that we are using. It's nice to work with, very short fibers, so it can splinter easy, but like here now, I have a little splinter. Ooh, ooh. But when you grind it, it gives a very nice, also like a velvet shine. And as I said, the white oak for outdoor stuff, and the red oak then for all the rest and indoors. Then the third species that we are using, that's walnut. This here is a very nice black walnut tree that died here on the property, and I was cutting it down in the last weeks. We also have butternut walnut. That's then more a yellow white wood, and that's super easy to carve, and we use that more for little figurines and all that, because that wood is also very light. So walnut, our third. Normally we have enough windfall wood on the property that we can harvest. So that's already a little bit seasoned on the tree, and then I will cut them in about 6-foot pieces like that. That's a hickory that died on the property. You see the bark. I will only brush it with wire brush, that we have a nice live edge on our pieces. I will mark them here. It's a H for hickory, and then I will bring them here and I will cut them in the right length. And as you maybe saw on our website, I always go with the golden ratio. That's the diameter that I measure, and then I know the exact length to produce a base and the symbol, the figure, out of the same piece. So when you have an art piece from us, it's produced from the same part of the tree, like it's grown here on the property, it's splitted, and we will manufacture it in our wood shop out of the same piece, so it's one unit. It's not some wood that comes from one end of the country or one end of the world and another one that matches maybe in color. This is the same tree, same location, same air, same rain, grown here and made his life. Like hickory, it's about 200 years old. Walnut goes about 150. Oak up to 300 to 500 years old. So there is a lot of substance in this material, and we will give an additional life or an extended life in our products to them and also then to you. Okay, so what I want to show you now is how we measure by the diameter, the length, and then how to split it, that we can start drying, seasoning that wood, that it has the highest quality that we can produce. The next step is then to reed the wood and splinter it in about 1-inch pieces, like we have here with the hickory. and I try to make them nice straight, that it has a nice live surface, without using any tools, that you see how the wood is grown and all the little also imperfection it has in that's life. So it's grown and you see how nature is doing a beautiful job. So I marked here already when I was measuring here the pieces, but maybe you see that too, that we have here the longest crack, like a cut through the wood, in the piths, in the middle, in the center. And here we have the most of the tension in the wood, that when it dries it will crack. So we will take the center out of that piece, and so I will make my first split here and here on the top, but still maybe that part from here to here we can use for something, a small figurine or so, and but normally that's gone, and so that will be one, maybe only one piece, or maybe here another one, and one up here. Then from the tools that I use, the first tool that is the easiest to control is that split hammer. So I can put it very accurate where I want to split that piece, and give then little hammers, stamps on it, taps on it, and it goes through. When it's a little bit harder, I use that wedge and pound it on the top, and sometimes maybe two with the axe, but not to hit it, but more to put it on, and then with a wood piece hammer it down, tap it down, that it splits. Because we want that it splits at its natural lines, that we have like a live surface board. Okay, so I will put it here now into my tool, and then I start tapping to make the first split. Achtung, Achtung, gut. Ja, kannst du mir helfen? Ja, das ist fein. Ja, geil, das ist gut. Okay, so as you see, it's split very nice. So we have here our first board. Now go here by the second one, and then we will see. Will nicht recht da rein sein. Okay, so that oak is still a little bit wet. You see on that side we have about that 1-inch piece. On the other side a little bit less here in the middle, but also 1 inch. And I let the bark on. Here we have a branch that can be a nice introduction into the main board that we are doing. So the main board will be around that length. So we have that little branch knob here inside, and from that part of that piece I will produce the Christian symbol, a cross, fish. I have to see. So you see here when I'm on that splinting block, I already try to imagine what I can do with that wood piece, with the structure of the wood, how it's grown, and that has now to dry. And when he comes back then on my workbench, again I will talk to that piece, I will study it, and will then make my decision how to put the dimensions on, the different ratios, and what kind of art piece I will produce out of it. So every piece is unique as we. So this is the start, the extended life of our base material that we harvest in our forest, bring it here into the yard, sew it in the right dimensions by the golden ratio, and then split it in 1-inch pieces, and then it's ready to dry, to seasoning for at least 1 year. So we let it sit in our wood shop that it can dry out, gets much lighter. There's a lot of humidity when we bring it from the forest in, and then we start creating the art piece for you. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.